What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna have a look at Resident Evil Chainsaw demo. Yeah, somebody wanted to see how it ran on both this, and then somebody else wanted to see how it ran on the Asus G15 Advantage. So we'll do both of those and add the desktops in too, because there are a lot of people that enjoy those as well. So luckily now I've got my new bulb already for my light. It came in one day. I was surprised, because unfortunately I had other lights that looked like this, and it did not last no 3,000 hours. There we go. It's not good at focusing back in on stuff. If you try to shove something in this camera's face, its autofocus is not the best at things like that. But anyway, I've also noticed that now I don't have weird lines. It looked kind of like old TV scan lines going down. I noticed when I was editing my videos, I guess the old lights must have ran at some refresh rate that the camera didn't like or something. But now we don't have any of that with these new lights, and they can also be controlled with a remote. So I've got different brightness levels, warm, cold, and white. Funny enough, white does not look white. White looks yellow to me, so I use the cool setting or the cold setting, and this seems to be like perfect white light to me. Maybe my eyes are just fucked up though. Anyway, enough about lights and bullshit. I just wanted to let you guys know everything's good. Now we got my lights back, so you guys should have good looking videos again. Luckily I only had to do one, that Dragon Ishin thing, or like a Dragon Ishin. That's the only thing I think I did with only one light in it. And I looked back, I was like, God, that's so dark. It's like I don't have any light at all. Now we can at least see what's going on. Anyway though, why don't we get this guy hooked up to the capture computer and start getting some gameplay in. Now I know this thing's not gonna run maxed out, but we're gonna do what we always do. Run it as high as we can and just work our way down. So let's get started, shall we?
Well, alright guys, let's start off with our Steam Deck here. And we're just gonna run it at 720p since we're on the capture computer here. Normally I'd run it at its native resolution, but it is what it is. And we're just gonna try running the game on high. It's probably gonna run like absolute garbage, as things generally do when you max them out on the Steam Deck, but it's fun to just try it out real quick, and we'll just keep lowering it until it's playable, if it ever is. And alright, we've reached the bottom. So now, why don't we go get into the game and see how it does. Well, alright, here we go on high settings. And as you can tell, there's all sorts of weird glitchiness going on, especially around him. So if it's going to do that no matter what, that's going to be an issue. Plus, we've got this awesome mouse right in the middle of our screen. I tried moving around the trackpads and clicking, but I couldn't get it to go away. Maybe it would go away if I would click my finger on the screen and then try to move around with the joysticks, but for now, we're just going to have to deal with it. And keep in mind, this is just a demo. And it's only on high, it's not maxed out, because you can't max it out. This thing doesn't have enough VRAM to even get close to maxing this game out as far as textures are concerned. Oh, there's some dead goat or deer or something. So hopefully they'll get this all fixed by the time game launches, although it might just be doing that because we're trying to do too high of settings, so I'm not ready to just say, oh no, it does that no matter what. But that's definitely very distracting, at least the random artifacting going around. The mouse would also get annoying too, don't get me wrong. Alright though, let's go walk over here towards the center here, and why don't we now move on? Now for some medium. So let's just scroll through the settings again here. I like this game, how it actually shows you what stuff does right in the corner. It even gives you like little lines to tell you how much impact it's going to be. And then it gives you the memory as well. So that's pretty cool. Well, more games should do that. And plus, there's pretty much every option a gamer could want on PC. So they did a good job with the settings. Anyway, let's hop back into the game, shall we? Well, now, let's get ourselves a little bit more gameplay in here. We're on medium now, but it still seems to be doing the weird glitchy graphics, and we still got the awesome little mouse in the middle of the screen here. Hopefully this all gets fixed when the game actually launches. These are pretty popular games. You'd think they'd want this to be Steam Deck verified, or at least playable. It might not run good enough no matter what for them to verify it, but still. Anyway, let's just go on into this house.
Anyone home?
Let's see. Let's go in this room first. Looks like there's a room I could go in. Yep, we can go in here. All right. It's not great that even indoors we can't hit 30 FPS on medium, so this is probably going to be a low, all low plus FSR game, and it's still probably going to drop under 30 FPS a bunch, at least in its current demo form. Still, though, we'll go do all the settings we can do, just to be thorough. Alright, well, we don't have the key for that door yet, so that is obviously not where we go quite yet. Alright, was there a key somewhere back here? They probably wouldn't make it that easy. There's probably somewhere else I'm supposed to go that I'm just missing. It's kind of hard to see in here, but that's the way these games are supposed to be. Well, now we're going to try just putting the game on low and pretty much turning everything off. Let's see how it does then. It probably won't look very pretty, but hopefully then we can at least get some decent FPS. Well, decent-ish, which means 30 FPS plus, but we'll see. Let's first just get to the end of the settings here. And all right. With that, let's get back into the game. Well, here we go with the game on low, and we're still at like 17 FPS, so that is not good. So I think no matter what, we're not going to have a very playable experience in this game. At least not in the demo form on the Steam Deck. And I still see a little bit of the weird artifacting going on, too. So it's definitely a lot harder to notice since the game's on low now, but if you look at the light and whatnot, you can still see it. But yeah, we're indoors and we're only barely getting 20 FPS, so not great. We still have some FSR though I don't think that's going to really save us. Alright, let's go in here. I guess this is the last place I haven't been yet, so let's go in.
Sorry to barge in like this.
I will say this, at least it's not crashing left and right.
Felicia. Vino aquí?
Well, what do we have down here? Well, now it's time to do some FSR, so we'll start off on quality. We'll just see how the game does. Just with it low, because it wasn't running great on anything else, so I wouldn't bother turning anything up. Not unless it starts getting like 50 FPS all of a sudden, but I doubt it. Alright, now let's get into the game. Well, alright, here we go with some FSR now. Game is still on low. And it looks like we are able to, at least indoors, get over 30 FPS so far, so that's good.
Man, that stinks.
Yeah, that might be what you have to do, at least in the... Oh, nope, we dropped down to 23, 24 right there. So there are still times where it can't handle even over 30 the whole time. And we're only indoors. Good outside, guarantee it's going to be worse. Nope, my headphones battery's low, but that should still be enough to finish this up. If not, I'll charge them during dinner and finish up all these voiceovers after dinner. Because I don't like having no sound twice in a row. That's no fun. I've had to do that a few times when they're dead. Because I can't have the sound come through the speakers or it'd come through the microphone. We don't want that. Then it would sound really weird. So let's go down into the basement, because, I mean, in any horror movie situation, that's the first thing you want to do, is get into a confined space you can't escape from anywhere but one way. You know? Just seems like the most sense. I know this guy's just searching around and doing his due diligence to find out what the fuck's going on. But it just seems like a really bad place to go. I'd immediately just go, alright, no, fuck this place, we're out. But then again, I'd make a lousy cop.
Hey.
Nope, we got a downed guy right here. He's been dead for quite a while, it looks like. Now we got ourselves some balanced FSR, so again, let's just look through the settings again. We're just leaving them alone the way they've been. Just everything on low and off. That seems to be our best bet at trying to get over 30 FPS the whole time. I don't like having to lower everything on games like this, but it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's not like the Steam Deck is a supreme powerhouse. It's still very powerful for what it is, but new AAA games like this, it's just gonna be a little hard on it. And this is just a demo. It hopefully will get better. But let's get back into the game and see how balanced does. Alright, balanced FSR now. And it's telling me to ready my weapon, so... We got enemies down here now.
What was that?
There's people walking around now. I had no sound the first time I played through this, so I had no fucking idea what was going on. Oh shit, here we go. Fuck! Still not done yet, huh? Fuck you, dude. I stab.
Just keeps getting worse.
Alright, well he's done it. I didn't have to waste too much ammo, so that's good. Sounds like there's more people around, though. Yep, I couldn't hear any of this before when I did the recordings the first time. I never have any sound on the capture computer. I'll fix that, obviously, once I get to my new place. Right now, I'm just dealing with it. Hopefully, I'll have a monitor and stuff set up so I can actually, like, not have laggy-looking stuff just looking through the OBS window. Anyway, though, why don't we now move on to the next FSR setting? Well, now we're going to do a little FSR Performance, so let's scroll through the settings again here. So, here we go. Here's the rest of the things. Still, everything just low as it can go, pretty much. Besides the stuff that got grayed out and I couldn't mess with anymore. Probably have to do with FSR, I'm imagining. And alright. That is pretty much the bottom. So, now, back to the game. Alright, now here we go with some FSR Performance. And the game was starting to look even worse than it did before, but... it is what it is, and we're still not getting anywhere near 30 FPS. Yeah, I think the problem is it's getting such low resolution that now it just can't help but super CPU bottleneck or something like that. Who knows? See, GPU is still maxed out, though, it looks like, so I don't think that's the case. When you got a CPU bottleneck, that prevents the GPU from working at what it could possibly potentially work at. Doesn't mean you'll necessarily get horrible FPS every time, it just means you're limited. Most people don't care as long as they're getting 60 FPS. They don't give a shit if they're bottlenecked by anything. Hell, a lot of people don't even give a fuck about 60 FPS, to be honest with you. I've been told a bunch of times that by a bunch of different people in both Steam Deck videos and my Asus videos that they're fine as long as it's like a steady 30. Most people don't seem to like to go much under 30, though. But some people are even okay with that as long as the game works. Alright, though. Why don't I use this opportunity to go ahead and move on to the last FSR setting. So here we go with FSR Ultra Performance. Everything else we're going to leave exactly the same, though. Only makes sense. If we start changing stuff now, it would invalidate the whole FSR test. But I still want you guys to see that there's no funny business going on. Plus, it makes it so much easier to put chapters in if I have a settings screen for each setting, you know? And then I don't have people going, hey, what settings were you running for that every time either? But anyway, let's go ahead and hop back into the game. Well, now let's get a little FSR Ultra Performance gameplay in. This bridge fills me full of confidence. Though with the amount of pixelation, I'm amazed I actually found a bridge. Almost feels like I'm playing the original at this point. If like the reflections and stuff weren't so good in the puddles and stuff, I would think I was playing the original. That's hilarious. Anything else around here? I definitely hear people. They might just be out in the trees just trying to fuck me and psych me out with noises, but I didn't hear any of this before. And I think that's back where I came, but I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything else chilling around, you know?
Well, alright guys, before we get into the game from my settings, there wasn't really much for my settings. This game is basically unplayable on the Steam Deck as it sits in the demo form. But I decided to go with FSR 2 Performance, and then everything else either on low or off. And don't worry, I'll put the little settings thing back in the corner. It was getting in the way. It was literally right over all of this stuff. So if I didn't turn it off, you guys wouldn't even be able to read this stuff. Heck, it still might be hard with camera, but I still wanted to just show you guys instead of just going, okay, yeah, it's basically all in low except for FSR 2 Performance. But now, why don't we go ahead and actually get into the game? Well, alright guys, let's get a little camera gameplay in here now, and unfortunately, this game just kind of runs like garbage. Nope, I can't save. Oh, well, it is a demo, makes sense, but that would be where you'd probably save. I can't see shit. There we go. And as you can see, we got graphical anomalies. We got our mouse stuck in the center of the screen. We're getting well under 30 FPS, even with FSR Performance in the game completely on low. So, as it sits right now, I would not say this game is going to be good on the Steam Deck, not unless they actually do legitimately fix it, you know, and optimize it and whatnot. Because right now, this is pretty bad. Whoop, missed him. There we go. Die, you. Alright, we got some stuff here. Got some gunpowder so we can make more bullets later, probably. Oh no. Ah, my leg! It's caught in a bear trap!
Damn it.
Gnawing off your leg. Quiet, quiet. Oh fuck, where are you? Are you behind me? Yeah, you are. Fuck you, dude. Here, let me try to get some headshots here. Here we go. Now let's go over and hit him with the R if we have to. Nope. Alright. Reload. Don't have a lot of bullets left, though. That was my problem with this game. I relied too much on my guns in these kinds of games, and then I run out, and then I get, like, destroyed by a mob. But, yeah, this is some pretty not cool gameplay on the Steam Deck, anyway. Hopefully the Asus G15 Advantage fares better than this. If this is how the demo is going to be, this is not going to be a good game. I have a feeling it's just because it's on the Steam Deck. Doesn't say it's verified or anything, so can't be too mad at it. Oh, wow. That looks like certain death if I go over there.
Shit.
Well, you guys are certainly vicious bastards, aren't you? Well, I definitely don't have enough ammo to beat them. Is there, like, some way to sneak around? Well, might as well go right into it. Ow! Don't throw things. There we go. Ah, fuck you guys. Oh no! Aw. Well, I guess that's it. But this is not exactly a fun playable experience on the Steam Deck anyway, so I think that's a good place to end, so why don't we go wrap this video on up now? Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Resident Evil Chainsaw demo on the Steam Deck, and unfortunately, at least on the Steam Deck so far, it is not going to play well on the Steam Deck. I mean, FPS was horrible, we were under 30 most of the time, unless you use FSR Performance, which makes the game look like garbage, because you already have to have the game on super low, so now it looks even worse. We had graphical anomalies galore, we had a black mouse cursor stuck in the center of the screen the whole time. Yeah, so right now anyway, not recommended on the Steam Deck. Now, they will probably make the game compatible and make it verified and all that kind of stuff, because most of the time Resident Evil games are pretty popular, so they'd be fools to not. But I don't know, this game might just be too much for the Steam Deck. Even if you take away all of the graphical anomalies and all that stuff, the frame rate still was not great. It seemed kind of halfway playable if you turn FSR to Performance, as long as you're okay with the game looking like garbage, if this is your only way to play. But me personally, I would skip it for now, until they actually come out with the game and maybe they verify it after a little while on the Steam Deck. So if they do, I'll obviously come back and try again, as I tend to do when there's updates to games or drivers on the Windows platforms. But anyway, that is about all I got for you guys for this particular video. It is now time for me to move on and do the same thing on the Asus G15 Advantage. Hopefully it'll do a little bit better, though it too probably won't be able to max the game out with playable FPS. It seems like a pretty intensive game, but we will see. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you. And until the next video, peace out, guys.